All right, welcome back to the Daily Mastermind. George Wright III. I am your host with your daily dose of inspiration, motivation, and education, and I am really excited to finish up with you today. Part 2 of 13 Habits to Create Your Best Life from Wayne Dyer. And so I'm excited about this because, we talk a lot. We've been really spending a lot of time talking about how you can empower yourself in your life, take responsibility and control, and create your life. But you can't do that by sheer will. You have to do this by creating habits and structure and daily rituals and things that'll help you. And one of those daily rituals is the Daily Mastermind. I'm doing this podcast and I've got this community because I want to be able to empower you to be able to create your best life. And the only way to do that for me is to give you, I've spent 25 years learning from some of the greatest minds, inspiration and motivation and strategies and techniques and business and thought leaders and authors. And this is my way of kind of giving that back in the form of a podcast and as well as our community. So download the Daily Mastermind mobile app. You're going to see a ton of resources in there. Like and subscribe to the podcast. One of those resources is the Mastermind Quote of the Day. And the quote of the day today is from Lisa Nichols. I love Lisa Nichols. She's spoken for us many, many times. But she really is a fearless leader. And her quote today is, "Leap afraid." Listen to me carefully when I say this. "Leap afraid and gather courage on the way down." That is a great, great quote because at the end of the day, you've got to be able to take action and just gain your courage and direction and everything else along the way. Amy Porterfield just talked about on a recent podcast I heard where she said, you don't have to have a plan. You don't have to have it all figured out. You'll figure it out along the way. Just have a direction and get moving. So let's get back today to these 13 habits on how you can create your best life and ways you can reprogram and structure yourself to be productive. And, maybe just as a quick reference, let me give you the first 6 again. The first habit was believe you're an infinite spiritual being having temporary human experience. Habit 2 was become the observer of your thoughts. Number 3 was release your imagination from current limiting circumstances. Number 4 was see your wish as already accomplished. Number 5 is believe your own divine power. Now those are really, really powerful ones, but wait till you hear the rest here. Habit 7 is reconstruct your I ams. Now in order to have or to attract abundance into your life, you need to think abundantly. And the problem is that too many of us are focused on what we lack or what we don't have. So we need to be very careful and carefully identify what we want in our lives and shift into a state where, we can visualize what we want in our life has already happened. And these are these I am statements. It's simply a process of, or it's a habit that you can teach yourself of shifting from I want this, I will get this, I'm going to do this, to I am this. I am successful. I am productive. I am a great communicator. I am a great speaker. I am a great business person. I'm a great father, mother, friend. There's a massive power in your ability to act as if and visualize in your mind the events as already happening in your life. So reconstruct your I ams. What is it that you believe that you are and that you want to live in the moment? Because remember, it's just the present moment that we have. Habit number 8 is be patient and banish doubt. This is a tough one, but I really love it. I know it can be difficult to condition your mind in a new way like Dr. Dyer suggests with being patient and banishing doubt. I'm definitely struggling with patience all the time. But this is why it's so important for you to be patient and to allow yourself the time, patience, and understanding when you are in the process of changing your life, right? It's going to take work and it's going to take a lot of focus for you to get what you want, but all things are worth it, and all things that are worth it are going to take time and patience and sacrifice. So be patient with yourself, not just in growth, but in adopting the long-term, habits and discipline that it's going to take. It's going to be a process. It's going to be a process. Now I will mention one other thing is that it's helped me to sometimes, just have that faith and belief in yourself and adopt faith as sort of a decision that things are going to happen. Because when you have faith, your patience will kick back in and also doubt kind of goes away. So faith is kind of that key ingredient. Habit 9 is align yourself with the feeling of the wish fulfilled. We talked earlier about see your wishes as fulfilled, but this is aligning yourself with the feeling. Visualize yourself accomplishing your goals is one step, but creating present day affirmations of it is another. Dr. Dyer talks about something in this habit that I really like. He says that you also need to feel it. You need to feel, and that's why he says the feelings or emotions that get aligned. And you can do this by attaching yourself, excuse me, yourself to the emotions that you want to feel. He notes that Einstein made an interesting observation, Albert Einstein. And Einstein, what he said was, logic is going to get you from point A to point B, but imagination will take you everywhere. And your logic has gotten you where you are now, but your imagination and implementing that feeling, and you get that feeling when you're around the right people, when you're doing the right thing, but start to feel it, not just see it. That's so important. It goes back to some really age-old principles. Habit 10 is take stock in how natural your dream feels to you. Okay? There's a quote I like that says, the time it takes your desire to become reality is directly proportional to the naturalness of it being. The more natural an experience you wish feels for you, the faster you're going to create in your life. Conversely, the more unnatural a state is and how it feels to you, the longer it's going to take. The key word is feel. That's kind of a common denominator you're noticing today. You've got to learn to align yourself with these emotions, see them as happening, but feel them happening. And the more you can kind of get those emotions and feelings in line, the more it's going to feel natural to you, and the more it's going to happen. And you know what it's like. When you feel things naturally, they just come easier, right? Habit 11 is phrase your intentions as given statements. Now, there's a power in writing out your intentions and reading them daily. Sometimes you think that spending time on your goals and dreams is kind of a waste of time, like this idea of visualization or studying and daily. But the key is you've got to take time to phrase them and say them and reiterate them, and this power of repetition. And so that's why having these power statements as part of your daily rituals is so important. Habit number 12 is choose your reality with love. Now, I like how Dyer talks about this habit. He talks about how our goals and desires can become driven, but our need to win, create status, gain recognition, or basically, all those kind of things kind of overpower us. So that's because your ego is always going to take over. I've got to have more of this and this and this. When you come from a place of love and understanding, your ego will kind of take a side step, right? It'll kind of come back a little, and you can sort of have more powerful emotions and patience and things for yourself. So choose your reality with love. Make sure it's not based on all of the things you want to have, but maybe the emotions that you want to experience. And come from a place of gratitude, right? So choosing your reality with love is a great one. And then finally, habit number 13 is know that what you already have is enough. And I really like how this rounds everything out, because we've got to learn to practice gratitude for what we already have, because until you practice gratitude for what you have, it's really unlikely that you're going to continue to get more and more in your life. I love that quote, happiness is wanting what you have rather than having what you want. And the irony is, when you want what you have, you are going to get what you want. And this is a philosophy that has definitely helped me in my life. In other words, there was many part of my life that I was chasing things I wanted and trying to get the things I wanted. And, sometimes later in life you start to realize that it's the little things that really count. And the things you've had along the way are really what you truly desire. And the irony, like I said, is that when you focus on loving, enjoying, and gratitude for what you have, you're going to get more. You're going to attract more into your life. Ultimately, I want you to know, and my most important message I want to give you today is that you are an amazing person. You have unlimited, untapped potential. You have everything inside of you that you need to create the best version of yourself and the best life possible. And it's like Michelangelo when he was creating that statue of David, and he said he wasn't carving out the human form. He was simply removing or chipping away the stones from the sculpture that were not needed. And that's what a lot of great artists do, is they uncover the beauty and magic that's out there in the world. And I want you to do the same thing for yourself. And I hope that this message and these last couple of days are something that give you the power and give you the strength to search inside yourself and go to the next level. That's what we're designed to do here at the Daily Mastermind. So that's my message for today. I hope you've enjoyed that. Tomorrow I want to talk to you a little bit more about developing the confidence of these habits and rituals. But I want to tell you that I want to hear from you. do me a favor and share this podcast, but tag the Daily Mastermind on Facebook or Instagram. Tag me and let me know what you're doing. I want to be able to help you and support you, and the only way I can really direct that and help you is to get feedback. So I want to get some feedback from you. Keep me posted on what you're doing. I'd love to be able to help you. Certainly reach out at any time. And once again, my name is George Wright III, and this has been the Daily Mastermind. Have a great day.